Hello, 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 and welcome to EU5, The Fate of the Phoenix. 1.2 is only around the corner, and I'm lucky enough to have early access through Paradox Interactive. So thank you so much for that being available to us, but let's give it a real look. Now, I'm sure you can already see, the starting bit is just a little bit different, and you've got a classic Paradox DLC format around the top, with Fate of the Phoenix being the first one, and as you can see, Byzantium had a lot more content. And I mean, we're not complaining at all. I mean, 67 country events, 10 unique things there, 74 different bits of research. It's insane. And they have unique bureaucracies, and we'll get into the individual systems soon. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here. And look, it's as an introductory DLC, a hell of a lot of content is just being plugged into Byzantium. But we all do love Byzantium, so we can't really complain about that. Hi Moloch, how you doing? It's good to see you. Let's get cracking into it. Let's figure it out. Now, what we're probably going to have to do is we're going to have to figure out the Byzantines first. So that when we survive as them, which is going to be quite hard, we can then look at the big feature changes. And there's a lot. As you can see, there is this brand new agenda, similar to EU4 type thing. Get a little bit of a description, it shows us all the content, and you can see that in-game now rather than just at the start screen, which was before. But now let's take a look at our little overview. Before let's just get some audio going for you guys, otherwise it'll be a bit boring. We've always got to have that. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Thank you for being here. Now, welcome to the Byzantine Empire. We start with a gigantic deficit of 44 tokens a month. So how the hell are we going to save Byzantium? Now, before the strategy was always, let's release a billion vassals, wouldn't we? We'd go into diplomacy, we'd create subjects, we'd go mad. Oh wait, we can't release our subjects in our core locations. So we can now no longer evade the Byzantine succession crisis through that little bit of cheese, or an intentional game mechanic, let's call it. Because you can't get yourself lower than 2 provinces. So we sort of have to firm it. So what we need to do is try and get ourselves to a stable enough position where we can take some damage from having these 2 disasters that we're about to have. The succession crisis and the fate of the Phoenix, which is 100% chance to appear at the end of this month. Giving us some buffs, some negatives. I mean, it's still a disaster, but what it does do is sets us up for a game of essentially being a rising phoenix, really. Hence the pun, where if we can survive the shitstorm that's about to be thrown at us, we will be fine. And we can go around the map, and we can make it ours, and we can dominate, and we will be overpowered. But if we can't survive, we're cooked. And we might do some cheeky restarts. So, let's start with our government. Now, we start with our third cousin as our head of the cabinet. Now what we want to do is Byzantium has these properly honking estate privileges. So we need to get rid of these as soon as possible. So the value for that is going to be communalism for us. So we're going to get this guy pushing communalism. Now we want some other cabinet ministers. Let's get the guy in our crown estate, because we want the crown power, obviously. What are his stats? Not great across the board. But we can start integrating these provinces down here, unless we want to release them as vassals. Now, we can have a look at that in a sec. We probably do, though, to be honest. So if we release historical subjects, we can get some of these guys. And the good thing about historical subjects is that they obviously start with cores. Now, Byzantium in the new patch has a unique subject, as long as you still have the privileges for it, which the difference is they really don't take up much diplomatic capacity at all. They are double the amount of annexation length. You can still build stuff in them. Do they push you to decentralized? They do, but they give you legitimacy. They spread your institutions, and they pay economic base, but more importantly, they give you manpower and sailors each month, which is gigantic. So let's do a few of these. Now, we probably want some custom subjects at the same time. Let's make a fiefdom. Obviously, fiefdoms are much better than vassals, as you're going to have some loyalty issues if you go down that route in the line. We will try and integrate these bits at the top there. If at all possible. Nope, it's not possible. Okay, so let's pass a... Can we... No, we can't sell it at the moment. Hi, Room of War. How are you doing? It's good to see you. I'm loving the content you're doing at the moment. It's good to see a newbie. I mean, to be fair, I was a newbie only 5 months ago, but it's very, very different. No, the new DLC is out, and we need to give it a go. Communism is a very good choice. Hi, Novastar. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Now, let's have a look at our budget. So, we need to get rid of our forts. Now, we might die because of it, right? But what we need to do is survive. And I'm going to try and keep those 2 forts. They're the big important ones. We'll chuck our minting up to the max. Reduce our fort maintenance. Reduce our navy maintenance. And our army maintenance. Same with our diplomatic spending. Now, diplomatic spending has changed. As you can see, we've still got the full capacity. We keep our diplomats. And they now scales properly with your investment. So you reduce complacency, you increase the speed of annexation, more loyalty, more diplo rep, more maximum diplomats, and counter espionage. We could probably get rid of food as well, because just to fix our initial issues. Now, let's cancel our starting trades, where Byzantium starts with a few manual trades. Now, we've got to get rid of them because they're costing us an arm and a leg. And what we'll do is we'll let our automation start it off. The Byzantine market is humongous to start with, as you can see. It's got a trade value of 1.7k. So we're probably going to lose a lot of it to people starting their own markets and such. So we'll have to remake our nation its own image anyway soon enough. Now, let's get you on a strengthened government. You on a recovery effort. I think recovery effort is probably the first cabinet minister action you want to do with any provinces as you can, just because the negatives of low prosperity are terrible. Do they lower the amount of forts the AI makes? Well, let's find out, won't we? We'll get into the game, we'll figure that one out. Can you no longer cede provinces to vassals to avoid succession crisis? Actually, well, you can't release provinces, but you probably could sell provinces to your vassals. Sell locations. But with how shite you are, I don't think it's viable. But it's definitely something we can try out in a different run. What we're going to try and do is firm it. Now, we might die. Let's be totally real, right? We might get absolutely obliterated by trying to firm it. But we might not. So, if we die, we can try that strategy out. But what you definitely can't do is you can't release vassals anymore. Obviously, because of the coring differences. Now, we start with 12 ducats. It's not much, and we're still losing money, even though we haven't got any sort of investment in cost of core or stability. So what we probably want to do is close off these buildings as well. So we've got a university. If we close that to save some money, same with our marketplaces. We are doing essentially mega austerity at the moment to try and make this economic situation survive. Same with our temples. Now, what else have we got? We have got wharfs, docks, and granaries. We've got wharfs and the dock. Cool. Now, let's quickly change our employment system. Am I blind? Economy. No, it's buildings, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. Let's change that to most profitable. We want to get down capital economy when we can. Codify a law. Let's get down regulated export. It might put us in debt early, but it's worth getting over and done with. Now, we should, if our austerity measures come in quickly, we should be okay. Philadelphia prevents that strategy, but if you send it to Germany and it could work, well, yeah, we can always try it at a different level. The crisis is actually okay. It makes it easier to remove the bad privileges. Yeah, let's we'll get into it. We'll figure it out. Hi, Drexpax. How you doing? I need to get to Portugal. It's a great country. It's one of the only in Europe I haven't visited yet. So we need to tick that one off. I've got a few friends out there though, so maybe we'll get it done ASAP. Let's rush for the diplomats. Can we ally anyone to prevent the oncoming storm for us? The answer is no. But what we can do is invite some more people to our church. And I mean, why not? If we've got the diplomats for it. Let's get a ready to no CB the Ottomans, I think. It's probably the easiest way around the oncoming storm that they're about to give us. Now, our economy is recovering a bit. We're still max minting. I'm going to pull down our minting as much as possible whilst we wait for our economic base to go higher. Because obviously the amount you can mint scales in your economic base. If we wanted to try and escape the succession crisis, we'd have to get to 80 legitimacy, which is a long way away, and we just don't have the money for it. So that's the Fate of the Phoenix disaster that's just spawned. Now, this gives us increased mercenary cost, increased CB creation speed, and reduces our bureaucracy things. Now, I'm sure none of you really know what the bureaucracy system is like at the moment. So let's give it a look. Now, as you can see, it's a little bit crazy. So this is the bureaucracy system, which is new to 1.2. Essentially, pits of static investment that you need to undertake to get buffs or debuffs for your country. So as you can see, because we're not investing into this one at the top, the Thematica, we're getting plus 90% noble power, minus 38% manpower, and no buffs. But if we chuck loads of money into it, we get fort defense, and we'd reduce our noble power and our levy recovery speed. Same with our Imperial Senate. It's reducing our monthly legitimacy. If I was to put it up, we'd get parliament-based support, so you could put money before a parliament and then take it away again, and monthly legitimacy. And your parliament duration is affected, or it's just static in the middle at the moment at least. Same with honorary titles. It's minus 18% crown power at the moment. Oh no, is that crown power? No, that's estate satisfaction equilibrium. I'm guessing that's our crown estate somehow. We'll figure that one out. But you get cabinet efficiency and overall estate satisfaction equilibrium if we put that investment into it. And Books of the Basilica, which is pop join rebel threshold. So quite simply, how easy it is for our pops to join rebellions. And we get tax efficiency and an increase to, well, a decrease to our estate power if we invest money into it. So I think that's what we will do first. We'll chuck some money into that one. In terms of our entrenchment, essentially what happens is the more and more you invest into these bureaucracies, they get entrenched, which reduces the cost and increases the power of what you're doing, essentially. But it does make it worse, the debuff's worth, if you can no longer afford it, if that makes sense. But we'll figure that out a bit more as we get through. Welcome all of you new to the stream. Thank you for joining in. We'll get going soon enough. Now, is there any other ways we can avoid the succession crisis? Well, if we have if we change our government, but we can't really do that. We just need to get as much legitimacy as possible, really. But we'll chuck our minting up full, so we can actually try and get a decent bit of an economy going whilst we have money, because that's going to end pretty quickly. Now, we need to get above minus 50 stability, and then we can no CB the Ottomans. So let's invest some money quickly into that. Go to max speed, and we shall get there soon enough. Now, while we're waiting for that to happen, has anyone got any questions of stuff you'd like to see in the game? Or should we just get there as we get there? Chuck it into the chat. I am reading all your messages, so say hi as well. Now, so the administration of Basileus Androgus Palaiologos. Now, I've just absolutely butchered that name, but we'll ignore that. So we now have some 2 unique cabinet actions for the duration of this disaster, in inverted commas. It's not really a disaster because it gives you a lot of really good shite. Spread Hellenism, essentially, which gives us research progress, cultural influence, which is essentially how quick we can integrate provinces, and progresses us to our unique value. I'll show you that after this. And then this one does the opposite. It gives us some army buffs, but progresses us to our own unique value. Now, let's have a look at those values quickly. So what have we got? So we've got Latinas, which gives us selling efficiency, which is one of the new trade changes. Reduces our diplomatic spending, progresses us to innovative and humanist, and allows the Latin revival. Whereas this one doesn't allow the Latin revival. It progresses us to traditionalist, spiritualist, but importantly, it reduces our stability cost and progresses us to our tolerance of the true faith. So it essentially means, I'm guessing this is the really good one, but it's going to be really hard to get there. So we'll figure it out. But in EU5, I guess it could just be another case of this value is good, this value is bad, just go there, like innovative versus traditionalist, right? But I guess we'll figure that one out. So, any requests? What do you think about the idea that migratory tags should be introduced into the game, allowing tags migrating through settlements, representing micro-target tribes? I mean, it's not a bad idea. I guess it would essentially be what natives are in the Americas, or how they were historically, and I guess in the East as well. I think you just need to sort the base game out first, though. Let's worry about the complexity once we've got flavour. That's the big bit. Did they add specific good export or import ban to the market? Well, let's have a quick look, right? So, the new market system is henceforth. So, the Constantinople market. As you can see, there's demand for exports. There is your balance of the market, and you can see how that affects the price. Now, what we can do is you can import and export as usual, and you can set up trade orders. So what is a trade order? Now, that's a static good, I guess, that you can import from a market, and it stays there. So it will shop around. Say if we want rice, what a trade order will do is it will shop around and find us the cheapest rice, and if that price changes, say someone else buys it even cheaper from the Kaffa market, it will then go and source it from somewhere else. So it automatically sources that good. Whereas, so it means that you don't have to manually do every single trade for every single good at the exact same time. And now, let's work on our start, and then we can figure it out. But I think that's a good change. Any other quick requests before we get into it? Tomorrow Fight found its early access. Yes. How does it work with the wealth system? Well, let's have a look. So we have got wealth, which is essentially what we've got in our country, and then your tax base is what you can tax. It's pretty much self-explanatory. And I think there are... So if we look at Constantinople, right, we have a 13 wealth and a 13 tax base because we've got 100 control. Whereas here, we've got a 5 wealth and a 4.5 tax base because we've only got 80% control. So it's essentially just what your control is modifying. Now, our Fate of the Phoenix Disaster, we have some unique actions. So we can spend money or spend legitimacy and get rewards for it. So we can request a Roman donation, so ask the Papal States for some money, which considering our economic situation at the start, starting in debt and everything, is probably going to get used pretty early, let's be real. We can grant Italian merchants privileges, so we can ask them to donate galleys for trade advantage in Constantinople. So you're essentially giving up long-term income for short-term naval power, probably to defeat the Ottomans. Accept Catholic delegation. This probably takes you down the more Latin Empire route. So you're increasing your relations with the Catholic states, you're turning yourself slightly Catholicist, and you're getting some rewards for that. You can attract an Italian engineer, which will send us one of their finest characters. You can summon a patriarchal member. The selected country may join our wars against heathens or heretics. Interesting. And we can't use it against Orthodox. We can reform our military. And undoing the decay of past centuries. Interesting. And we can patronise a Orthodox monastery, giving pop satisfaction to our country. Now, we're going to wait and save our legitimacy for this Roman donation, I think, first. They do show wealth separately. It's very shiny. Are these new cabinet actions values that are not possible for encourage societal values? Let's have a look. So, if we go for change societal values, we can push towards Latinas or Romanismos. Now, whether you want to do that, I guess we'll have to find out which way it's really strong. I mean, finding out what this Latin revival movement as well will be very interesting. I'm not really sure what that is, but I hope it turns up in this session. But you can theoretically push for that, and you can maybe use the bureaucracies at the same time as well. It's yeah, you can all combine it together, which is cool. Can you show the new total population capacity in the new city rank? Ah, that's the big one. So, I don't know if you saw in the Tinto talks. So there is now the city rank of the megalopolis. Now, let's quickly start some music so we're not just being ignored. There we go. That's fitting. We have the megalopolis, which is essentially a gigantic megacity. Now, they are absolutely insane, let's be real. You have 200 nobles, 400 clerics, 4,000 burghers, 4,000 labourers, 1,000 soldiers, 3 whole urban rights. Now, we'll get onto that after this. More enfranchisement. It does reduce your RGO size, but it gives you a whole 200 building levels. On top of that, huge amounts of control, pop promotion speed. which I think they've slowed down pop promotion speed overall. Let's get back onto it. Where are we? Where are we? We are here. 400,000 population capacity, an extra 50% on top of that. More food capacity, reduced frontage, so it's slower to get through. Slower integration speed, so if you take one, I guess. But it's more expensive to move your capital. You get faster construction and more construction in it. And you get another bureaucracy slot. So that's really interesting. And they do seem overpowered. But what I really hope we don't get is a meta down the line where every single city is going to be a megalopolis and it's just going to be an urbanized hellhole. That's what we need to avoid. The trade efficiency modifier is like EU4 now. Well, we'll get into that into a sec, but what I want to show you first is urban rights. Now, we are going to have a lot of options of what we can do to buff up our own nations. Essentially, you are bringing in comparative advantage, which is what we've got in like modern economics. Like Britain will make services, so Britain will make its services and export it to other places who buy your services. But then Germany will make cars, and they do it cheaply, so you buy the German cars, whereas Germany buys our services because we do services cheaply, etc., etc. We're getting that in EU5. We can essentially specialize our economy how we want, and getting this unique urban right in Constantinople is really strong. 50 silk output, 25 cloth output, 10% fine cloth output, and reduced enfranchisement, which is not great, but okay for the early game. So we're going to do that straight away. Now, the war runes point out something quite important, which I didn't mention. Let's have a look. Apparently, I might have skipped over it. Institution. Where is the institution? I think you... Where did you see it? Rise of War. You saw... where did I see it? Where did you see it? Urban privilege, maybe. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Yes! Institution promotion. So this one just naturally just gives you the institutions. And it gives you 20% institution growth, a huge amount of pop promotion speed, and monthly literacy, which is insane. Granary towns are really good for food capacity as well. Don't forget, food capacity directly leads to how much your population grows. So whilst it looks crap, it really isn't. Like... What's the modifier? Let's have a look. It's the... Oh, we're losing pop growth here. Oh, war exhaustion. Okay. Yeah, that available free land modifier and food storage are important. Now, what we also have is staple port. So more marketplaces, more harbour capacity. Don't forget, this can go over 100%. So we have 100% at the moment, but we will get more buffs if we increase this, like getting our dock going, for example. I know we're close at the moment to save money, but we'll get that going again in a sec. And there's a lot more urban rights we can get down the line, like these privileges here, a bread basket for more population growth, food capacity. Insane. There's a lot going on. Now, what was the other bit I was asked? So, trade efficiency. Let's have a look. Trade efficiency, where are we? So, we have this trade route maintenance here. So we are using 5 trade capacity on dyes because of our desired amount to trade, and it's being exported all the way to Egypt. Now, is there a way we can see this trade in action? Yeah, so we can, it's a distance of 302, but our transport cost will be higher the further away a market is. So, if we're trading in Dimosam here from Constantinople, it's going to be very, very cheap. But if we're trying to export all the way to London, God, we're going to have some hefty costs on it. So, it's going to have a lot more maintenance, as you can see here. Transport costs of 0.5 there for the further away trades that we do. Now, this one is 0.5 as well. It's similar because it's one market away. Now, let's test this out quickly. So let's pull back our market optimization. Now, we want to export all the way to Bruges. Let's go to Bruges, and we'll do one to Egypt. Now, let's do a month's tick quickly, and we can see how big the maintenance difference is. So, Bruges is half as profitable as it is to Egypt. For the Bruges trade, we are using 1 trade capacity of maintenance. And here we are also actually using 1 trade capacity of maintenance. That's confusing me. Why is it... So where can we find the profit? Because, as you can see, this is a lot less profitable, despite the price being higher in Bruges. So the modifier is there somewhere. We just need to find it. So you've got trade route maintenance. You've got Bruges market, Constantinople market. Ah, there you go. That's what you lose through distance. Interesting. But yeah, so how it's supposed to work, I mean, I'm sure we'll find it at some point, is it scales with distance. Now, let's get our cabinet going again. The urban rights is for cities or megalopolises. Let's have a look. Have we got another city? Location rank. We do here, and we can put an urban right on it. Yes, we can. There we go. So they are for cities plus. Can we put it on towns? We can put it on towns. Can we? So it's towns and above, actually. It's literally on everyone. So you can pretty much fully specialize your economy. That's pretty cool. Don't megalopolis need to be your capital and trade center? Well, let's have a look. So the requirements to upgrade this city in Shadiki to a megalopolis, what are they? So we have got, it's a base cost of 8,000 ducats. That's kind of insane. They need to be a market center, and they need to be a... Actually, no. They need to not be the market center. They need to not be the capital. And they need to be a population greater or equal to 400,000. And I believe you need to have all 3. Interesting. But then I guess you have to move, you can move your capital after that. So that's a very interesting system. And there, oh, that is cool. Look at that colour on the map. That is so cool. I like the purple. Now, as you can see, RGO price is actually different now. Look, it scales with the price of the good. See, it's 75 ducats here because of the market price of silk, rather than just being 33 ducats across the board like it was beforehand. Any other questions? Shouldn't this be the opposite? So market center plus capital plus pop? Well, I guess we'll find out. I don't know if we'll get in this session later enough, but I mean, you're reading the same thing as me, right? Unless I'm reading it wrong. It says the requirements, you need to not have a total population or greater. You need to not be a market center, and you need to not be the capital. For some reason. Yeah. I don't know. It might be the wrong way around. It could be a glitch. Don't forget, we are in an early access version, so glitches are definitely possible. Even still, yeah, I don't think there's anything stopping you from moving your market or capital there. Like we've got here. Like we have a megalopolis, we have our market based here, and we have our capital here. So we get a lot of buffs because of it. Now, is there anything else we need to check out before we get going properly? Well, we now have the new event viewer, which is new to 1.2 as well. As you can see, there's a lot of different events here that we have access to throughout the game. And it shows you the rewards that you can get. So, New Sparta. We have a historical 1% monthly chance if we have 40% of Maria. We can go towards offensive or defensive, it actually looks like. Or this one, a critic songs. Oh no, that's a reform, it looks like. Where is an event? Landing in Italy. It gives us a buff to war score and unlocks stuff for us. Interesting. Or Turks driven from Anatolia. Does the same sort of thing. Oh, and good demands changed by age now. Cool. That's really interesting. And the game did need that. Let's have a look at the ages actually. Does it say it here? Yeah. So you can see here in the first age, it's a minus 75% for tobacco, liquor, 25% for sugar and tea, and 50% for coffee, whereas throughout the game, this changes. So 10%, 25%, 50%, 50%, and 75%. And then it gets more and more. People want sugar in the third age, but people are starting to realise that these goods are out there. And then they start really wanting them as you get throughout the game. 75%, 50%, 50%, and they get addicted to these things. Look, Jesus, look at these demands. So essentially that's how they make your economy scale throughout the game. Look at that. That's incredible. almost 200% demand boost to all 5 of those goods. Cool. Maps for exploration spread? They never mentioned that. Cool addition if it works properly. Yeah, well, it's as with any feature in a Paradox game, right? It's got to work. Now, my idea for this game here is to get rid of the Ottoman threat by just no being them. Right, we've got Trebizond. We shouldn't lose. We can even co-belligerate the Karasids. We can let them across the straits, so we'll do that. Now, let us summon our levies. Raise the levies! And quickly disband you, if possible. Oh no, let's start. Okay, let's run away. We have lost the core. Okay, that'll be to our subjects, I hope. If not, I'll cry about it later. Now, because we've got such a good buff to our tailors, we want to start getting that economy going early. But we do need the foundations of our economy first, like spinners guilds and stuff. Right, let's see if we can coax them over to Constantinople. Oh no, there's an earthquake. Shite. Well, that's an issue. The Hagia Sophia suffered great extensive damage. If it's like the Lisbon earthquake, if we don't fund its repairs, we might lose our city rank. Right, I'm going to cancel that building for some money, because this is going to be a problem. What do you guys think we should do? Should we fund the repairs and put ourselves in generational debt that we will probably go to bankruptcy over? Or should we just firm it, lose our legitimacy, lose our religious influence and our prosperity? I'm going to chuck a quick poll into the chat, and I'll let you guys choose. Should we spend 400 in debt to fix Constantinople? I'm going to give you a solid 30 seconds, so take a look at the chat now, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Ooh, have I killed the poll accidentally? I think I have. Let's do the poll again. Where is the poll? I'm confused. I might have broken it. Okay, just say in the chat, yes or no. Should we fix it or should we let them fend for themselves? Okay, we're going to fix it, and we're going to see how badly that it can mess up our start. Let's give it a go. So, we are going to fund the repairs. Now, we obviously keep our city rank, we keep a lot of our buildings. We are now minus 300. Now, this might make us just go bankrupt, but we will find out. Now, we also have this fancy event at the start, a co-emperor. Should we make him essentially a co-magnate emperorship, and they get the rank of co-emperor, giving them increased cabinet efficiency? It's this dude here, progressing us towards aristocracy. We get a few additional events, but it doesn't really show us, and magnate co-emperorship. So essentially murders our estate power, because this guy stays in the nobility event even if he becomes our co-emperor, which doesn't make sense to me, but we'll go over it. And I believe the update is coming out tomorrow, Storm. Now, let's give it... No. Should we do it? Yeah, let's give it a go. Magnate co-emperorship. Now, we are negative 300 gold. That's a problem. Now, let's cancel our investment into stability. We can't afford it. We're going to be very close to our loan limit. Now, what we can do is we can just try and win this war pretty quickly, which would then allow us to go bankrupt, and we would be sorted pretty much. Do I like the way they changed the RGO cost? Absolutely, because gold and overpowered RGOs are just too strong at the moment, really, in my opinion. Let's see if we can catch that army here. Has Trebizond joined? They have. We kind of want Trebizond to fight a war for us, because they've got a strong army. Now, we're still making money, but we are in a lot of debt. Do we want a good... Yeah, let's get you on our thing. Let's distribute some food to the northern plateaus. We can allow attachment. This is the Genoese have just stolen an island from us. Chios. Where's Chios? Here. They've just stolen it. Great. Thanks, Genoa. That's brilliant. I really appreciate that. Yes, it does come out tomorrow. I just lucky enough to have Paradox grant me early access. So we can all have a look at the new mechanics together and give it a go. Ask Rome for help at least. Ah, that is a great idea. We can request a Roman donation once we get 5 legitimacy. So let's invest in legitimacy. This is like classic government economics. We're going to invest in legitimacy so we can then request money of other people. I'm basically Nancy Pelosi. Oh my god, how are we negative? My vassals are idiots. I could use stronger words for them, I'm not going to. What the hell are they doing? How are we negative 50? Okay, we just wipe them out, to be fair. Let's see if we can wipe out the Ottomans. Come on. Nope, we are getting cooked. Albeit I'm going way too fast. No, we won! Base. I don't know why. Those battles went way too fast. I know we were on a high speed, but that's still insanely fast. Let's lose the prestige. And let's go and push the Ottomans now. Or no, let's go for the Carousers first, actually. Try and knock them out of the war. Let's get some car. Oh, that is insane. That is the best trait in the game. Architectural visionary. That's insane. We needed that. Rumour 4, at least going by what is in the previous version, first earthquake doesn't do anything hidden aside what's in the event window. You might want to try improving relations with them as well. I could do, to be fair. We've got some diplomats. With the second earthquake being much worse, dropping building levels and such. This is the new patch, Coffee. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for being here. This is 1.2, so if you've got any questions or anything you'd like to see, chuck it in the chat. We might have looked earlier in the stream. You're always welcome to pivot back early and come and join live later. The VOD will be up after this anyway, so you can join the ride and see all the new features after that. So, let's carpet siege our army out a bit. Let's get this done ASAP. We're looking for the towns. Where are you? Cool. Classic no CB. Oh, so that's new. Okay, so we are right spending too much on legitimacy. We're going to pull that back because we've got a debt of 600 and we are 68 away from our loan limit. That's a problem. For the next 30 years, newly conquered locations in Morea will receive 30 integration. That's an insane event if I had money, and we just don't. So goodbye. The bid for the Byzantine crown. Okay, we got really unlucky. The civil war has started quickly. Now, so we've got 2 disasters at the same time. Now, is this the co-emperor guy? Oh no, just my ruler's uncle has started that rebellion. No. Okay, so the occupation of Balat is successful. This has changed a bit. It showed us how much exactly we gained from looting and burning it. We burnt down a building, actually, for 20 ducats, a noble villa. Interesting. And we've got a daughter. Brilliant. So let's quickly get that carpet siege done. And we'll start moving into Ottoman territory. Is there a town around here somewhere? There's something that's stopping us from occupying it. Well, but we should be able to set repeat them soon enough. Yeah, 99%. So what do we want to take? We are going to bankrupt. We are very close. Can you please check Trade Republic Government Reform? I've stopped the legitimacy now. Thank you for the heads up. Okay, quickly before we do our piece, reminder of the megalopolis, as someone asked. If you want to have a pause, there you go. I did cover it earlier in the video as well, so feel free to scroll back through. Now, what we haven't had a look at is the actual other estate privileges we can get. So, as you can see, there's a lot of really bad ones. And we're gonna need to get our legitimacy up to get rid of these debuffs. Like, look at that, the corruption of the wealthy, that's terrible. The import and the export efficiency is awful for trade. Same with consolidated corruption of the faith, which isn't too bad, but the maximum tax of its cost is not great. But the really bad one is obviously consolidated corruption of the elites. That max tax, the army morale, the levy size, it's bad. Now, what we do have is some good government reforms. As you can see, estate power, entrenchment, the Thene system, which is really good for us, but does reduce our estate powers a bit, but we can reform it. And we do have some other options, but we can get them down the line. Now, plutocratic monarchy, that's new. So you reduce your maximum tax, you increase your trade income, you go further towards capital economy, but you've got to be 50 towards plutocracy. Now, oh, that's changed. That's new. Let's have a look at that. So, new in 1.2 is plutocracy, and it looks good. So, trade building levels plus 50%, expected cost of court minus 25%, 2.5% selling efficiency, 50% burger power, and 10 possible burgers in towns and cities for each 1,000 population. Versus aristocracy, which is the normal discipline, expected cost of court, noble power, noble growth, and possible nobles. Now, noble growth is different in 1.2, because 1.2, your pops now grow at their own rate. You don't just start as peasants and work your way up. So nobles will reproduce and make more nobles, clergy will reproduce and make more clergy, etc., etc. So with nobles being the preeminent source of demand in your economy, getting a higher level of noble growth means that you essentially have more demand in your economy, meaning you can get more money, you can tax your people more, you can make bank essentially, right? That's how it works. Now, let's check the other values while we're here. That seems pretty much the same, as does that, as does that, as does that. Free subjects has changed, so now you've now got prosperity recovery, levy combat efficiency, a huge amount of pop promotion speed, peasant enfranchisement. Don't forget, because obviously these new growth mechanics, pop promotion speed is a lot different to what it was before. Now we'll figure that out down the line, but let's look at these values for now. Reduce levy size, increase estate satisfaction, and then for serfdom you've got levy recovery, raw materials output, fortification maintenance, reduce enfranchisement, levy size, and noble equilibrium satisfaction, which is fine. Now, belligerent, that looks the same as it's conciliatory. Quality, pretty much the same as well, with quantity, albeit the initiative is a bit different. Offensive is assault ability now, which is cool. Siege ability, fort defense, and army movement speed. Defense is fort defense, combat speed. That's interesting, so you're actually doing the battle faster, but reduce movement speed, but more force limit and reduce maintenance. Naval now gives you maritime presence, proximity cost, but also different trade efficiencies depending on which one you go. So if you're trading over land, you actually might want to go land for trade rather than just your control benefits. Traditional economy and capital are pretty much the same, as are individualism and communalism. Cool, so that's the values covered. Anything else you guys want me to cover? What are the requirements to upgrade a city to a megalopolis? Well, we covered this earlier, but so pivot back, but we're not really sure at the moment. These are the ones, if you want to pause the screen now and have a look, we're trying to figure them out. How goes the run? Is this pre-release 1.2? Yes, it is pre-release 1.2. 1.2 comes out soon. We are currently trying to navigate 2 disasters at the same time as Byzantium and see if we can figure it out, because you can't do the cheese strategy anymore. You can't just release yourself to 2 provinces and figure it out that way. You've got to sort it out. And as you can see, the Byzantine succession crisis, we are getting some horrible debuffs. You're blocked from creating new subjects. You've got pretender rebel growth, estate satisfaction equilibrium, crown power reductions, and it's not great. But what we can do is we can request a Roman donation. Let's give it a go. So they got this event to transfer their yearly income to us to try and, I guess, pay off some of our debt, or help us buy new buildings. But what we can do is raid the hell out of the Ottomans to try and pay that debt as well, which is what I'm going to recommend. Let's go and raid their coasts. This event, this pretender has been supported. One of our vassals, I think, or yeah, has got a CB on us, that's fine. Okay, so the papers they gave us approximately 150. That's definitely worth free. Sorry, that's definitely worth the 5 legitimacy it cost. Cool. Now, let's get cracking. I do wish they would unverify. That's not the right word. Make the music player just a bit more constant. That's the way. It's dynamic at the moment. I'm not sure it's working as it should, but it's a cool idea at least. And I'd much rather they had good ideas rather than bad ideas and well executed bad ideas. Now, so this is a pretender. We can get religious influence, but get rid of our tolerance of true faith, but reduce some opinion. Or we can get tolerance of true faith and issues. I think we're going to go for that just to prevent some rebellions. Now, we have some money here, so we can probably use that for cabinet ministers. So, where are we? So we want a recovery effort. No, we don't. That's only one problem, so that'll be fine. Let's reduce war exhaustion as it's really high. And let us stabilize the country. So we want a guy who's decent at military. We want a guy who is decent at diplomacy, who's hopefully not on our nobility estate. And we want a guy who's good at military. That's also hopefully not on our nobility estate. But unfortunately, we haven't got any options for that one. So for the sake of our nobility power, I'm just going to leave that at the moment. Why didn't you use 2 cabinet slots? Did parents do with, or you just want to boost stability and diplo rep? We're on that now. We great minds think alike, mate. We're in sync. Now, let's get going. I do want to hire some courtiers, but we need to get our country sorted out first. Now, if we can get some allies, I'm really not against going bankrupt because we can summon the vassals in and the allies in to sort of fight our civil war for us if it happens, which is a bit of a cheaty way to do it, but it's in the game. Is centralization meta again then? I hate seeing Biz go super decentralized. We'll find out. It's we're still early. 1.2 is not live yet. It's an early release build. Tune in, keep watching. We'll go through all the new features, and you should have access to it yourself in the next couple of days. And I can't wait for you to all have it as well. No, thank you. A huge thank you to Paradox for allowing me to access it early. It's great to be able to show you guys what they've got cooked up because it's looking very positive. Shouldn't plutocracy give you more burghers than aristocracy give nobles, nobles being more valuable per capita? I think the benefits of plutocracy now is the trade benefits rather than actual like more burghers. So you get 10 burghers, right, in town and cities and more power, but the cost of court and the trade boom levels are really good. Do we want reduced wheat prices? Sure. To be fair, if we need to start curtailing our estates, let's put it on automatic tax for now. No one likes us right now, so we've got to deal with that. Let's move our food guy around here. Split them up. We want to occupy some more provinces and get this war done. We can do a peace next with... Oh shit, there is the Ottomans. Even more events. Right, the legitimacy of usury. We can make our nobles like us. We can get some money. We'll make our nobles like us. Oh no! Oh no, that siege is cooked. That's a problem. Oh no. It's bad. Bloody AI. Okay, we sort of messed up there. That's bad. Oh, it was so almost done as well. And they're hiring a navy. That's a problem. Okay, it better not be too big. Oh, we'll figure it out. It's okay. There's only a small setback. Let's at least piece up the Karasids as we're here. EU4 by Byzantines was so iconic. Yes, and that's why it's the first DLC. So hopefully they will be equally iconic. Now, the question is, if we're planning on going bankrupt, do we really want to take so much AE on enemies when we probably want to annex the entire Ottomans to get them out of the map? And the answer is probably no. Now, we might want to take a few provinces to get good Argios. But, hey, it says no AE. Is that a visual glitch? Or is that a... Well, that looks like a visual glitch. But we can test it out. And I think for the scientific method, because it is a new patch, we might as well test it out. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a few provinces from our lovely friends here. 26 war score worth, get some money. We will get them to release our slaves. We will get some more reps. We shall also steal some maps. Cool. Now, oh, I should have tried to reduce Diplo rep beforehand. Oh well. Yes, because it's rightfully Roman. Yes, you got there before me. I forgot the Diplo rep. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Hello, how you doing, Pasabio and Stephen? It's good to see you. Welcome to the stream. This is 1.2. This is an early access build, and we are going through all of the new stuff in this patch. Now, if you've got any questions on specific mechanics, there's a good chance we've done most of them so far, so feel free to chuck them in the chat. If not, go back and have a look at the start of the stream where we went through all the mechanics. Give it a watch. It's all there. The VOD will be up as well, so you can check back at a later time. You should have access to the new patch in the next couple of days. Now, let's have a look at our AE. How much AE did we get from that? Okay, we got AE. So that's a visual glitch. So this is a pre-release version, so it might be fixed by the time we get there, obviously. But just be careful when you get access to this. The AE that it says in the piece to the screen doesn't match up what actually is done in game, so we've got to be careful. But what we can do is we can improve relations with people so that they don't join a coalition. People like Bulgaria, people like Serbia. And that's what we'll do now. And that will reduce, see there? That will reduce their antagonism by -100, which is big. So, we can also do it with the Karasis once we get another diplomat. Hopefully the Ottomans will be wiped out. So we've just wiped their navy. Now, foreign merchants' privileges. Now, so this is one of the ones where we can get ships from them if we want it for trade privileges, essentially. Sign the agreement with Venice, reliance on Italian vessels. So reduce legitimacy, but we get ship buffs. And I'm going to go for the self-reliance option. We get legitimacy, we get selling efficiency, and they're up to no good. Cool. Now, is there anything else we can do, or we just need more money coming into it? I mean, we're spending a lot in interest. Actually, no, we're not. Only 3.5. That's not too bad. We've got money in the bank, so we can... We need to make a decision of... Wait, AE only for the Ottomans. Well, we don't really care about AE only for the Ottomans, really. Because we're just going to kill the Ottomans. We're just going to be careful. Now, what we can do is start integrating the problems, obviously. Or is that core? Is it core? It is core, so we just took our cores back. Brilliant. No need to even integrate it. Oh, I should have taken it all. If it's all cores, that would be brilliant. Oh, my bad. See, rookie mistakes. If I ever do a Byzantine guide, I now know this is all cores. Where else have we got cores? We have got cores. Oh, we've got a lot of cores, and that is beautiful. All of this is cores. All of this is cores. Up here in Serbia. Brilliant. So, when you have your games, be careful, because we could have taken... We could have taken all of this, and we would have had very little AE for it. So, okay, we'll move on. That's a mistake, but we can remember that for the future. Now, on to the Ottomans. Let's quickly split our army to just try and wipe them out. Oh, we have a parliament. So, what are our options? So, there's actually some new parliamentary debates we can do in 1.2. One of which is subsidizing grain imports, reducing your cost of food, which is very situational. We don't really need it, but it's not too bad. Sponsor a trade expedition, which gives us additional trade capacity, which would probably be quite good for us at the moment. We know these two, getting essentially a courtier for free. Canonical law. We get stability investment while it's doing. We get more stability investment for 10 years and monthly control for 10 years if it's passed. But we lose prestige and stability if we don't. We might as well try it out. Let's give it a go. That's a new one. So, let's get rid of some parish churches, and it should pass. But now, our parliament request, we can also do the classic. What we can do now is challenge bureaucratic entrenchment. So, we can reduce their entrenchment by 10. We can get some cost reductions, but it costs us 50% support. So we'll learn the bureaucracy system more as we get through the game. We need to survive the early bit first, but we'll deal with that as we get to. Have you showcased the Hellenism mechanics? Absolutely nowhere. We're nowhere near that yet. I tried saying it's rightfully yours. Look, we'll get there. Look, it's easy mistakes. Easy mistakes. Fund the bureaucracy. Yeah, we can fund more bureaucracies, but we've got a bit of a money issue at the moment, and we're max minting to try and keep it up. So I think we might just go for like a bankruptcy build. Like get some good RGOs in Constantinople, make it a really good economy. The problem is starving. Okay, we need to spend money on food. There you go. Yeah, spend the money and we'll figure it out. Are there any other cheap RGOs first before we spend all our money? I mean, yes, no, the wall one is pretty decent. That should get our economy going. Now, let's wipe out these Ottomans. Let's turn our guys off attachment, so they should start thinking with their own brain. Oh, I accidentally moved my army. Well, this siege is not going to plan. We've almost sieged down 2 places and accidentally moved off them twice. Brilliant. Okay, so reforming the universal judges of the Romans. So we can remove our base government reform, which gives estate power and bureaucracy buffs, and reform it, giving us crown power, cabinet seats. Yes, 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 yes. Worth going into debt for. Can I say yes again? Can you please show the conquer desire of other countries like Spain or France? Let's give it a look. So, we have the Crown of Castile. So you can see here in these new overlays, they show their levy size and their regular size. Now, where do we look at conquer desire? Any ideas? Tell me where to find it and I can get it for you. Is in this patch then your pops can't promote to nobles? I think it's really, really slow. I mean, we can try and figure it out. Let's have a look at this one first. Ooh. We might have crashed. Okay, we have crashed. Let's evict that. Classic early access build. We shall be right back. While that loads up again, I'm going to take the opportunity to get a drink. I shall be right back. And we have returned. And I think we might have an issue that we might have lost our progress. The game does not want Byzantium to win. But we'll figure it out. It's a map mode. Okay, we'll look that after that. I appreciate that. We'll get on that. Give me uno momento. Oh, no, we're good. We have our progress. Few-ish. Now, actually, it's probably saved us from losing that siege. Definitely wasn't intentional, guys. Let's not have accusations this early, please. No way, no way. I'm innocent. Free Jadamsan. It's a map mode. Conquer Desire. Let's have a look. Ah, there we go. That's really cool. Okay, so the Byzantine Empire, if it was an AI, desire like your cause and shit. But then you can obviously look at the other nations and you can see what they're willing to go for, I guess. So Serbia has a 15% desire for Albania. Naples, they have a 100% desire for Sicily, but then a few bits of Rome. Castile. Oh, they want like the entirety of Aragon, Navarra, Portugal, Granada. Yeah, you're getting a bit too big for your boots, mate. You really are. Where else have we got? France. France doesn't actually want that much. They just want Aquitaine, the bits in the Low Countries. They're not being too greedy. What about Bohemia? Bohemia want nothing. It's just one province inside them. Maybe Bohemia are just the most humble guys in the planet. What is the cost to destroy all bureaucracies to avoid debuffs without money? I don't know. Can you? I think you have to like work really hard to unentrench it. I'm guessing that's how it goes away rather than like you just delete it. We'll figure that out later down the line. Let's get rid of this war first, and then we can do some fancy shite. Right, we want to kill this Ottoman army. Where are you? Ah, there you. Cool. Now let's go after these remaining sieges. And we have our parliament. Now, we went for the canonical law. Now, hopefully we get the... Oh, reduce bureaucratic entrenchment. Well, that's a good one. We don't really want to do that. That's annoying. I guess we will do it, though. But I guess this does mean now we can do a law change. Is there any laws we want to get rid of? Well, this one is terrible, but it gives us the unique subject type. So I guess it's a big dilemma if you're playing Byzantium. Do you want to sacrifice your maximum tax for the unique subject? So we'll leave it at, because we can't really tax people at the moment. We shall go for burgher-controlled mining. We shall then go for some more aristocratic support. And now we are back up to 75%. Perfect. You lose complacency for fulfilling an agenda. It might just be that agenda. Yes, it is just that agenda. So it's not the other ones. That's interesting, though. Does the new patriarchal stuff have any cool interactions? It's quite complex. Let's have a look at it. Oh, yeah, this is the new Orthodox mechanics. As you can see, it looks really, really fancy. Now, I'd be lying if I said I understand it. I've had early access to this for a few days now, and I've given it a brief look, but I haven't done that much research into it. And ultimately, you just need to play the game and you'll learn it, right? So you can do the classic interactions, like inviting people, like changing your laws and stuff, getting certain buffs for each. It does look very jazzed up. Like, you now get buffs for your holy sites as well, like who owns what, which is cool. And different laws up here, depending on what requirements you want. I guess temporary buffs to spend religious influence on. And yeah, pretty cool. Can we change our religion as Byzantines? Not that we want to, obviously. Am I just blind? Yes, I am. We can do a 50 stability. You get max literacy. You can canonize. Religious influence, stability cost, but the clergy cannot marry. Interesting. Cool. Right, let's get rid of this Ottoman threat. There was a funny abuse to make full price of bureaucracy, which gives basic parliament support for day one. Can you show the Ottoman conquer desire before you wipe them off the map? Absolutely. The Ottomans, they actually don't really want to deal with us at the moment. They want to go and consolidate the other beyliks. Which is interesting. We want to deal with them, and that's why we're no CB in them. So let's go and do that. So, split up our armies again. Their hired ships are making a nuisance. Let's go wipe them out quickly. Okay, they're dead. Or at least retreat to the port. And we have just our sieges ticking along now. That's one siege down. We could try and piece them out now, or we can wait for the full death blow. What do we want to take from them? Let's worry about that once we've killed them fully. Oh, we've still got this fort here, actually. We should probably dismantle this and save money, you know. There we go. Dismantled to save money. Is this map mode chunking the frame rate, or is it just a stream? I mean, I was just noticing that myself, actually. I think it's the map mode. Yeah, it's the map mode. That's weird. Look at that. It makes you lie until how. And I've got a good computer, and it's pretty optimized. So, whereas it's all good if it's normal. Interesting. I wonder why that is. I will definitely report that to Paradox. Now, are we going to get crazy AE? Oh no. So the reason why I wasn't showing here was because it's chord. Okay, that's why. I was just being stupid. The Chronicle of Roman History. Interesting. Let's go and siege some more stuff down. The greed got the better of them. It's going to pass anyway, which is fine. Now, this is the big issue of, right, do you let yourself go bankrupt, which I think we will. We're going to invest in our country. Get our economy going. We've got such a good urban right in our capital. Like, it makes sense. Integrate province. We don't need to do that, really. Recovery effort. No, we don't need to do that either. We could stick someone on the list for the research progress, actually. It is very, very strong. Is there a new map mode for Diplo stances? Diplo... Could just be under diplomacy. Let's have a look. Oh, country personalities, maybe. Is that what you're looking for? So, Hungary is expansionist. So they have a strength tolerance, peace negotiation differences, bias to certain policies. Naples is opportunist. So they are quite aggressive. They'll go in on you when you need it. Peace negotiation power. The Pope is friendly. So they're going to be nice to you and kind. What else is there? There is aggressive, like the Ottomans. So they're just going to go mad and mental on you, and certain different buffs on that. I think that's the 4. Cautious is the blue one. It sort of blends in like there's nothing there, but it is just cautious. So they are not very aggressive. They're really careful. They just sort of sit there and chill a bit. And expansionist, yeah, that's the main ones. Diplo. Does the diplomacy map mode show anything else? Let's have a look. No, it's just still the same as it was. Are nations other than Biz more fun to play than 1.1? Well, we don't know yet, to be honest. I'm not going to just assume and lie to your face. I'm gonna guess they will be, because you've got these new systems, right? And a lot of them are big upgrades, like the trade differences and stuff, and we'll get onto that later. And you've got all of the fancy, like, look at all the religious actions we get through Orthodoxy now. Like, the game will get so much better as more and more flavour comes into it. Like, doing Third Rome, learning an icon, re-establishing Hellenism, like, which would give us... Oh my god, that's got some really strong buffs. You get slavery, heavy infantry power, omens. I've got to try that out if I can. So you need 90% to Latismos or Romanosmos, and you need all the holy sites. Interesting. Well, we definitely won't get there today, but we'll have to try it out when we get the opportunity to. Everyone is on auto trade at the moment, but they are for now. In the new update, you have these things called trade orders, which is a semblance of manual and automatic trade together. Essentially saying, I want this certain good, come and find it for me, and you'll shop around for it. So if you want coal, it will shop around for it and find you the cheapest coal, and it'll do that automatically. It won't just set up a Kaffa to Constantinople coal route and sit there for eternity. So it's a new level of automation, but it's much more of a strategic automation, if that makes sense. Now, let's wait for the siege to be done. We've got some fancy constructions. Oh, they've unconditionally surrendered. Brilliant. Do we want to crack down on the strong nobles and reduce their power? We would lose our co-emperor. Or we lose legitimacy. I mean, they're all about to rise up anyway, so their power isn't an issue. So let's keep our fancy co-emperor. Now, they've unconditionally surrendered. So let us annex the hell out of them. Let's do it. 102%. We can't fully annex them. No. Can we reduce that? That's really sad. Do you want to pay 30 for some legitimacy? Yes, please. We've not got much left in our loan limit either. Artworks are still kind of useless. Yes. There's a mod that showed events in game. Yes, but it's in the game now, which is cool. Let's see what they do then. Well, unfortunately, we can't just kill the Ottomans straight off the bat, which is what I was trying to do. So we might as well leave them slightly alive and go after them in a bit. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Almost offered them unconditional surrender there. That would not have been good. Where have I got my cores? Let's definitely make sure to get the cores. They're not there. Cool. So if we can't fully annex them, it's probably worth us taking money. So let's get the full amount of money we can. Let's dismantle their... Oh no, that's our fort now. It's not worth it. Get us to release our slaves and I guess take war reparations. Brilliant. Victory against the Ottomans. So we now get the tide is turning. So for 30 years, maintaining more than 50 legitimacy, we significantly increase our assimilation and integration of locations. Brilliant. So we need to get up to legitimacy as soon as possible. Now, our country is buggered. Let's be real, right? We are in trouble. So, what strategy do we take here? I'm thinking we just let ourselves go bankrupt. Now, we probably... Oh, we can't even make more subjects, which is annoying. We can request aid, but there's no one really we want to request aid from. But let's let this canonical law go through. That gives us some good stability buffs. We shall stick a cabinet minister on it as well to try and get us up there as soon as possible. Now, can we ally anyone if we're planning on going bankrupt? Theodoro, I guess. Better than nothing. But to be fair, we have our vassals, right? So they should be able to carry us in the civil war. Push belligerent. Return cause for cost. I think it's the same, to be honest, but maybe I could have tried that. Maybe you guys are just better than me, which is good. I'm very happy if you're usurping my EU5 skills. It's okay, we'll go back. We got money for it, and I'm not annoyed about that at all. We like money. Now, let's open up our marketplaces. It's going to get a bit hectic in here. Can we actually get rid of these fishing boats? They are needless money being wasted. Let's just keep our galleys. There we go. There's a bit more money into the bank. Let's pull back on our fort maintenance and our army maintenance. Same with our bureaucracy investment, and just try and get as much legitimacy as possible before we go bankrupt. But actually, well, bankruptcy, it reduces our stability, but not our legitimacy. Okay, so we're just going to let ourselves go bankrupt here. We gain 20 legitimacy. We gain access to the demand, bailiff, tribute action. Let's give that a look. So, we have some new options available to ourselves. Demand, bailiff, tribute. They give us, for 5 legitimacy, they might be persuaded to give us ducats and manpower. Well, let's try it. Give it a go. Did they give us anything? It doesn't seem like it. Well, we can intercede in the Athens war, it looks like. Oh no, it's a nobility against one of my vassals. Okay, we've got to sort of join in. Well, let's send the troops over there. Now, they've got a lovely tag there, the Orsini Revolt. Let's go and deal with that. Oh, easy. Okay. Oh, restored the old capital. So we get a lot of monthly legitimacy. Brilliant. prestige, or we can put that into restored Anatolian administration and get a cabinet seat. We would like the legitimacy, please. Thank you very much. How many more loans can we take? Not much. I want to keep it going though until we can get the Spinners Guild. They want aid. Not at the moment, guys. Sorry, we can't afford it. I can't wait for the Great Pestilence. Oh god, the Black Death's about to come. Why would you remind me about that? No! Is there any changes to Civil War with the state? Like, do you get 3 revokes? Well, that one ended so fast, we can't really check. Oh, we are bankrupt. Okay. Well, that happened a bit too early, but that's okay. Our debt is cleared. Constantinople has got the buildings we made a little bit-ish. It's at least got the RGOs. We can put our minting to keep our balance balanced. And we can sort of just chill. We lost the ship though, actually. That's interesting. We did lose a lot of stability. I just need to put our money into legitimacy now, and then we can try and get out of these disasters. As you can see, Fate of the Phoenix is still going on. We can end Fate of the Phoenix when we get rid of the Rise of the Turks, essentially by taking over Anatolia. So for that, what we're going to need is some Status Spellies. Now, we can do claims on province on them again. And probably Bulgaria, but we want to be careful, obviously, as we are bankrupt, and we don't want to overextend our authority. Am I tripping, or is the background music from Vicky free? It should be fine. It's, I can always go for something else. Do you want more of an E5 one? I don't think it is Vicky free, though, but that would be an insane paradox glitch if it was. Nicodema reclaimed a free 10 prestige, and we are straight back in debt. Lovely. That's all I wanted to be. Do we want to reform our government? Absolutely. Yes, please. As you can see, right, all you have to do is survive as Byzantium, and you start to get some insane modifiers. Like, it's already happened. And we will get there. The Turkish patriots will rise earlier than the crown pretenders. They will. And we will smite them down. Oh, that's sad. We didn't get a free vassal. A cat has destroyed some of our art. Okay. We will make it into new art. It's a very noble thing to do. Should we go on a pilgrimage? Let's try it out. See if it gives us any fancy events or anything. I wouldn't be surprised. In dire straits. Oh, they would loan us 1.5 grand. God, imagine if you just took that and then went bankrupt. We could do with 1.5 grand. But what's the interest, right? I'm going to say no on that one. That would be interesting, though. Yeah, again, I still don't know what we got for repairing our city, right? We spent a lot on repairing Constantinople. What did we actually achieve from that? Let's start opening up our economy again. Since we actually have some money coming in. Ambitious, that's a good trait. Wait, I lost a vassal? The Civil War ended straight away. That's outrageous. I didn't even have a chance to fight that. Nah, that's not cool. That's literally my subject. We've been scammed there. Right. Great. Thanks, Paradox. We can definitely see how much legitimacy I'm getting monthly. We're losing quite a lot because of that bureaucracy. Like, we're gonna try and fix ourselves. Let's do it. We need to get out of this disaster ASAP. I can't believe we just had Epirus just stolen from us. That's mental. I didn't even have a chance to fight back. Oh. Ah, we might be dead. Okay. Okay, we're bankrupt. So, we need to fight this war very carefully. Essentially, run the frick over here. They've got 13,000 troops. Okay. But if we can wear them down on Constantinople, we might be okay. In terms of my subjects, we need you to be on supportive. Hopefully they've automatically been called in. If not, I will call them in. I think they have. Ooh, Arctic songs, sure. We'll take a mission focus for the mercenary buffs. I'm not a fan of this little Bulgarian invasion. Especially when we're bankrupts, but there's... Restart Byzantium run is so classic. Hey, we might have to, we might have to not. Let's not write us off. I back the boys. But we're going to have to play it very carefully. Okay, they're just starving themselves, right? AI, like, I'm not going to complain if you starve yourself to death, but... like, for the game's balance sense, it would be better if you gave me a fight. Right, let's unsiege these lands quickly. That's interesting. You now have food issues in occupied provinces, even if they're in your own lands. Right, let's run over here. I think we've got food over this side of the strait. Can we wipe peace? Not yet. We will survive! I will survive! Hey! Channel of Gloria Gainer. I'm not sure that E5 can allow chain bankruptcy. Well, it used to. They have changed it recently, though. I think you have food issues because you're not paying for it. Oh my god, you're a genius! You're so right! See, E5 expert here, you know? E5 expert. Come on, please get professional armies. That'd be brilliant. It's a 17% chance. Now, can we work them out, or should we hide? Oh, deserters. Great. Gifted child, we'll take that. But go on a fort. I need you to go on a fort, please. Is it time for a Rambo into Bulgaria? I think it might be. Right, let's keep an eye on these guys. We're going to do a Rambo to unsiege our stuff. We're going to get as much war score as possible. Classic carpet siege strategy. Ignore the food. We're ending this war. Okay, they are coming. We occupy the capital. That should give us some good war score. Oh no. We have 10% war score. Now will you piece me out? And you'll give me money. We'll take it. Woohoo! Phew. We survived. I'm taking that. That was a challenge, but we did it. Food looks brutal now. Yeah, it is just a little bit. Oh, now Serbia's gone for us. Jesus Christ. And we don't even have Trebizond this time. This is a hard start. I guess we do the same again. They're proper decking on us now. We are bankrupt. We definitely shouldn't have taken that that 300 to try and fix Constantinople, unless it does actually like downgrade you from a megalopolis, because that would be insane. The issue is we're gonna have these big rebellions soon as well. Okay. Who has Serbia got? Is it just Serbia? If it is, I'm not that worried. You're meant to be supportive, mate. Like, why are you running straight into them? Is the update out already? Nope, it's early access. 1.2 comes out in the next couple of days. But we're showing off all of the new features. So feel free to watch from now. Feel free to go back to the start. Have a look. We're going through all of the new stuff and we're seeing where we are. As far as you know, it doesn't downgrade you. You get what you see in the tooltip for even that option. Okay, definitely not worth 300 ducats then. Serbia has a few troops. Ooh, who's this guy? Not even a good artist. Okay. If these guys are disloyal, are they disloyal? Oh, they're loyal. That's annoying. If they were, we could have separate pieced them. Run away! The good thing is about Byzantium is because obviously the Theodosian walls are so strong. You can just like sally out with it. So if you can like bait people into it, it's just a free win on a defensive war. Like I really don't think we're gonna have to restart this one. I think we'll be fine. Have some faith, guys. Have some faith. Yeah, you'll have your own chance to play this in the next couple of days. Maybe even tomorrow. I believe that's the release day. May 6th. I'm not sure what time though. Right, come on, go. But we should be able to wipe them out here. What do you mean? What do you mean? There's no way we lose this. There's no way. There we go. Get a grip. Right, I'm murdering them. You invaded me when I'm bankrupt. You ain't getting away. Balance the budget! There is a god! Thank you, Lord. We needed that. We really needed that. Phew. Right. Now let's push into Serbia. Good thing is we've got cores in Serbia, so if we actually win this war, we are going to be minted. Like, let's show off our cores again. Look at how many insane cores we have. But I probably should have taken some cores of Bulgaria, but I'm not opposed to ending that war so quickly. We got out of it probably when we needed to. Praise God. EU5 gods, I love you. Thank you so much. Take back our land and slowly push in. Oh, we're out of food again. Okay, let's see if these guys can distribute some food for a bit. It's not going to be long. We need to run away. Food is brutal. So it looks like in this patch you're going to need a lot of. You're going to need proper supply lines. You're going to need camp followers, and you're going to actually have to use that system properly. Now that's a good thing. Let's be real. Like, you should be using the mechanic, but you seem to definitely need to at the moment. Increased reach speed is still good. Praise to Johan or 7 comments. Thank you, Johan. Yeah, the EU5 god. We appreciate you. Run away, run away. Okay. We might be cooked. So, they have a lot of light infantry. We have some regulars, but we have absolutely no morale. Let's slow it down and see what happens. We might just get annihilated, but if I catch it right, we should be able to retreat. We're on decent terrain. Are we? Oh, we're not on decent terrain, but I thought it was. Come on. Come on, guys. Where's you? We've got a really good kill rate. Come on. Wipe the floor of them. That's huge. That's gigantic. Right. Time to carpet siege, and we'll push back. As you're starting to see, the Byzantines are quite strong. We just need to survive, and then we will become absolutely overpowered. And I'm not over-exaggerating. They are busted if you get your full support for them. Do we want favour the ruler, favour the wealthy? Probably favour the ruler at the moment. Like, the laws are really good. Religious teachings, pretty okay. Anything else we want here? Probably at the moment, just leave it as is. We could challenge the entrenchment of some of the stuff, but if I'm honest, we haven't really figured that system out fully yet, so we'll have to do that. They changed the death number colours. Yeah, it looks really good now, doesn't it? Fabricate CB. Could do that, to be fair. Or additional taxes and we try and get some more money. I'm just sort of thinking we do a law. We try and get our naval stuff up ASAP. Let's do that and go for balance the budget to pass. Brilliant. There's going to be a lot of micro buffs into this, as it's proving quite hard to survive. I mean, we've won, what, 4 wars already? And there will be more to come. I'm sure of that. The Assembly. All new Parliament issues will be enhanced for the succession crisis. We get more maximum tax, and it goes out of our crown power. Or we just take legitimacy. We'll try this out, why not? Get some new parliamentary issues, see what that does. Let's give it a go. Right, let's combine our forces, and we want to do a slow push into Serbia together. Is there a way to change the republic? Absolutely. Look, you just go form new country, reform into a republic. Now, whether they're different in 1.2, I'm not sure, but you can definitely figure it out, and you can definitely turn into a republic. We have taken some fancy work of art. Let's go and wipe out the Serbians. Average Balkan simulator. The Paradox have done the simulation game really well there. Right, I don't know. It says we're going to lose, but we didn't last time. Yes, there we go. Take that. Yeah, getting wiped. 72%. Bet you're happy now, guys. Well done. It's like that come dine with me meme. Your sad little life, Jane. Let's carpet siege the hell out of it. And we're gonna get a lot of money out of this. And we're winning this while bankrupt, I might add. So imagine we could go to that gold province. It's too far away though at the moment. So end the disaster, we need 80 legitimacy. So we really need to push hard for that. Food is going to be an issue. Let's try and push down to that city. I don't really want to siege the capital. I just want to piece them out and get it done with. We'll give them an urban parliament seat, why not? There we go, balance the budget is passed. Our people are currently dying in the winter mountains. So yeah, it does seem that in 1.2, you really need to focus on your attrition, your supply lines, and your food, because we are getting annihilated. The main problem in 95 plutoaucracy is still the same with republics, yeah. But with the plutoaucracy buffs patch, it does look better. Like, let's say that at least. Like, it does look better. Right, let's take back our cause. Whether plutocracy is going to be the meta or not, I'm not sure, right? We'll find out later down the line, but it does look better than it was before. So, is that our cause? Pretty much. That's all I want to take anyway. War reps, please. And then, do we want to annihilate them even more? Or dismantle their forts in their capital would be good. And you can give us a military access, please. Food access. Why does that not cost? Okay, we'll do that. Actually, we'll make you annul your treaties with Bulgaria. That protects our interests. And now we are big. And most of that is just core land. But we should check that first. Okay, we do have to integrate a few bits. So we'll get started on that. Now, let's get our levies down. Get back to the capital. And we're doing very well. This is going very, very well. Now, let's push up our spin and skilled economy in the capital. We've lost cores. Why have we lost cores there? Ah! Because you now lose cores when it's not your primary culture. So we would have to like set Bulgarian, which we can do. I'm starting to notice 1.2 struggling performance-wise. Diplo also shows stuff you're occupying. Yes, but we do have cores in that area too. Did I take like one province away from the goal? I did. Brilliant. Okay, so it is integrated, but it's not cored. So can we? Okay, so you can now also improve your cultural and reduce your cultural opinion just in the menu like that. That's interesting. What else can you do? Well, if we can improve or accept the Bulgarians, it would be 3.3. But it won't let us do it. Do we need to improve our relationship first? I am confused here. Requirements not met. We need to have greater than 1 million population, or 2.5%. Okay, so if I wanted to tolerate the Bulgarians, that's fine. And if I wanted to accept the Bulgarians, it would let us do it, but we will be over our cultural capacity. And then, that, theoretically, this should all become cores again. Now, fingers crossed. Paradox made a gift for you. Well, let's find out in a sec. Drumroll, please. We should get all our cores back. Yeah, there we go. Brilliant. Right. Now, let us put our levies down. And wait out this bloody bankruptcy. Because we are almost done. We are starting to recover our country. Now, we get our next diplomat. We can start raising a claim in the Caratids to get our remaining cores there. There we go. Pull back our spy network. We can also do a religious war in the Ottoman soon enough. Uphold the commons for free stability. Yes. Are we spending money on anything else that we don't want to be? Yeah, the Imperial Senate. Okay, let's pull that back. And let's spend it on pure stability. It's more efficient. Right, we're going to unautomate our taxes for a bit because I want to get some money. Let's push the money into our economy and just get as much legitimacy as possible. The economy's going well. We need to keep pushing on it though. Are there any really good RGOs we can get? I mean, dyes are always good. And I guess more wool, but we don't have the people there at the moment. And you've got to be careful, obviously the Black Death is down the line. Let's keep focusing on our wall economy at the moment. Support for our authority. Free legitimacy. Yes, we'll take that. Right. They are close to rebelling, though, and that's going to be an issue. Let's request another Roman donation. See. Oh, they just gave us the full 300. That is brilliant. Cool. Right. The Byzantine succession crisis. They are close to rebelling, and they would have a lot of problems here, including Constantinople. But we'd have the vast majority of our country. So if we can have all of these, like, as vassals. So if we release, actually, our new bits as vassals. Oh, we can't. That's annoying because of the disaster. Okay, well, we've got our allies. Let's see if we can ally some more people. No? Okay, that's sad. Maybe you can try pay 3 ducats for the bureaucracy, which gives a state satisfaction, and just put 5% tax on everyone. Well, let's give it a go. It's a good idea. We'll take the new legitimacy. Keep taking that. Let's have a look at these bureaucracies again. So, which one for the estate satisfaction? This one. 4.5%. Yeah, but the equilibrium isn't really our issue, to be fair. It's just the max tax. It's both, to be fair. It's both are problems. We can change that law, but then it's not really... But then we lose our unique subjects, and I don't know if I want to give that up yet. We could reform the Byzantine military. Let's try that out. Let's see what that does. Oh, it just reduces the maintenance cost. Well, that's not worth it. It's really not worth it. And we can patronize a monastery. That's not worth it either. We've got 300 ducats free. Let's just make an insane economy in our capital. Spinners guilds is what we need. We are really highly efficient in them. We also probably want to make some horses as well. There, stud farms. I knew that'd be efficient. There we go. Let's get an economy going there, and we'll be so set. Right, any other features you guys want me to have a look at? Capital and Kosovo, no gold today. Yeah, we're not going to get any control over this for a long time. But we will work on it. Our inflation isn't looking very healthy either at the moment, let's be real. We just need that 80 legitimacy to get out of this this crisis. Could it be worth doing some... Oh, how are mercenaries looking in this new patch? Oh, we don't have money to really check, but there's quite a few options actually, which is pretty good. I think if you reform it 6 times in total, it gives you permanent bonuses. Ooh, we can try that out. The Pronia seem kind of meh. Yeah, you're not wrong. Okay, what is going on with the stability of this patch? We've crashed again. You can tell it's an early access build. Right, let's get that up again. We might have to come back to it if it's still going on like this. Come on, let's get back into it. Yeah, so the performance is definitely a big issue of this new patch already. You did not invest enough in stability. Well, legitimacy is the big issue, not stability yet. We just don't have the money, mate, right? Stability is bad, right? It's very bad. Let's not beat around the bush. But to end the disasters and to end our bad privileges, the big thing we need is to get rid of the legitimacy first. Or to increase the legitimacy first. But we will get there. I'm sure of it. We shall do it, and we shall prevail. And there was a gigantic bankruptcy, but it was a worthwhile one. It really was. Because we had like 600 in debt from that event we were testing out, right? So we got that over and done with. We've now moved on to working on our economy. We've got the cool little buffs in Constantinople looking quite well. And now we just need to push through. So, we are back. Okay, we are a bit behind. What did I do? I did these 2 stud farms. Okay, I then got rid of the Imperial Senate, and I put more money into cost of core. Brilliant. Right. Bankruptcy is almost over. That will be huge for us when that's done. But the reason why we need stability is we need to get the 80 legitimacy to end the stuff and to end our bad privileges. As you can see here, need 95 legitimacy for that one, etc, etc. Art quality for money? Well, we can't afford that at the moment. We will start putting a bit of money into stability, actually. But not as much as legitimacy. We're still strengthening government and stabilising our country. Ooh, more free legitimacy. We'll take that. Absolutely. We will take that. Oh no, I didn't mean to go further into debt. That's painful. Oh well, we've done it now. We'll repay that loan, I guess. Testings one's metal, so more legitimacy. Yes, please. See, we're getting some good events. I'm not complaining. Let's get our levies done so we get the economic buffs. Now, we are out of bankruptcy. That's brilliant. A resourceful minister. Even more legitimacy. Yes, please. We're up to 52. Now, let's chuck some more money. So that's good. Getting above 50 is really important, by the way, because you want to get rid of the events. Don't blame your game stability and bankruptcy. Pay more to Johan instead. Okay, I'll get on that one. I'll be right there. Testing one's metal, even more legitimacy. Brilliant. And the Black Death is on its way, theoretically. Ooh. Okay. Deserters. Oh no. Jesus, that is an insane smallpox outbreak. Look at that. If only you could segregate the country. Our population are going to get annihilated. Oh well. Right, so we've got 83. Let's just pump it into... Oh, the Turkish Patriot. What an insane rebellion, guys. I'm so scared of the one province rebellion of the Turkish Patriots. Standing ovation for the Ottomans. Well done. I'm going to call him Theodora. We need their help here. I don't know what we're going to do. The Black Death has arrived, though. That's sad. Well, not arrived, but it's spawned. Let's wipe out that army. Oh, the Eritreans have intervened. I spoke too soon. Turning a profit. I can't believe these guys abandoned us. Let's start improving our relations with them again. Try and make friends. Same with the Pope, actually. Probably worthwhile. I'm really trying not to spawn our levies. That would be bad. They are more European than me. They are. How much ducats should you need to get rid of 0.5 legitimacy from bureaucracy? It's about 5 at the moment. Obviously, it does scale with our economic base. As you can see here. There we go. We're getting a lot of legitimacy now, which is good. We are investing a lot as well. And we will take that marriage. Worthwhile, thank you, married though. Cool. Now, I think we're just going to wait out this war. It's almost done, and then we'll be able to take the province we want. There we go, we are there. So we've done our first rebellion. Now, how close are we to doing the next war on the Ottomans? Let's start getting a spy network going. Did I not get a CV on you guys? Or have I just missed it? I might have missed it. Okay, we'll do another spy network. That's okay. We don't have to be too effective. Wait, does the cost scale with only economic base, or with inflation is just a number? Well, let's find out. Let's pop her over it. So, oh, never mind. We've got a fancy event. We can patronise institutions. Now that's important. Or we can become eligible as the birthday of the Renaissance. But I do think that the Renaissance is already spawned, which is an issue. We're just going to make our nobility pay for it. Get fucked. Okay, so what were we checking out? So the sliding costs. So the sliding costs Imperial Senate, it scales with inflation. As you can see, we're up to 33% inflation. It scales with entrenchment, so it's 80% higher because of how entrenched it is. But you get more buffs, obviously. And economic base, it scales with economic base, not tax base, not wealth. So there's 3 different competing mechanics. Have you played enough of the DLC yet to make an opinion? No, I haven't, to be honest. But I think if I had done an opinion, it would be positive changes. Whether it's enough yet, I mean, that's beauty is in the eye of the beholder, ultimately, isn't it? We've all got to figure out what we like about the game ourselves, right? We can't force it on other people. Now, we need to change in our next parliament that law, because we've got a state satisfaction now. We need to change the law for the maximum tax, because we're just unable to tax anyone. How close are we to our next parliament for that, actually? Let's we are 2 years away, okay. Then we can get rid of the unique subjects. I don't think they're good enough to justify 10% max tax. 50 for legitimacy, probably worth it, yeah. That debt is creeping up though, and I'm annoyed about it. But as are those crown pretenders. But I'm not too worried about the crown pretenders, to be honest. And our son has come of age, which is brilliant. But if I remember right, he is terrible. Oh, wait, yo! We can castrate him. Why can we castrate our child? 25 legitimacy. We can blind him as well. That's cool. That's like CK2 type shit. We can marry him off as always. We can assign him as a despot. Is that like some sort of like dictator type person? Can I just like make him a nun, please? Or I could do the admiral. I'm going to make him an admiral. If you drown, that's your fault. In the meantime, you can marry someone of your own dynasty. Why not? I so want to castrate him. Minus 1000% fertility. They are like implementing like the CK3 type of stuff into it. There's a sausage on a... Oh my god, it's a sausage on a fork! That's insane! That's brilliant! Johan, well done. You have done well. I appreciate you. Right, let's move on. Let's get this country sorted. Ooh, more legitimacy or stability? We'll take the stability now. The plague is everywhere. Let's segregate the infected. We're not going to move the court into hiding, as we want our king to die, or our son to die if possible. In terms of our rivals, Bulgaria, Serbia, Karasids, and the Ottomans. We should have done that earlier, to be fair. Russian for it. Research capacity, we are at max, so let's push down. We haven't got any institutions yet, but we do want religious war. So let's rush down religious war, and then we can take out the Beyliks very easily. Now, should we support this earthquake? Whoever designed that icon should get a raise. I totally agree. That is insane. We'll support them this time. Why not? Do we want more stability? Absolutely. But we will hire a courtier first to use the stability we're going to waste. Okay. Brilliant. Right, more money into stability now. We can then under-strengthen government. We can put him on integrating provinces. Get a new cabinet minister, we're here. Oh, we have some insane guys. Where have these brilliant guys come from? That guy he's fickle. Well, can I, like, evict you? It's probably not worth it at the moment. Epirus wants to ally. And decline, please. I want to eat you. Right, let's pull back on our spending for a second. We need to get that stability up. So we've got the legitimacy, which is 50 stab, and then we'll be out of the disaster. Now, because we're up to over 100 legitimacy, we can now start taking away the bad buffs of Castle Works. Yeah, do Castle Works, because we want to change the law of the Pronoa system. We will go centralized. And then that will mean we can then actually tax our people properly, which is going to be quite huge. You realise you have unused trade cap. Let's have a look. Is it not on automated? Let's give it a go. There's so much to do in this patch. It's quite cool, actually. Where are we? Am I just blind? Nope, we just have unused trade cap. Brilliant. Thank you for that. Angry mob. Do we want to get some pop satisfaction or stability? Stability. Thank you very much. We're almost there. We're getting there. Right, so because we have the economic power, sure. Because we have the legitimacy, what we can do now is change our estate privileges. So we can yoink the corruption of the people. And sure, it's going to cost us stability for it, but it'll be worth it. And that's why we've pushed so hard into communalism. Same with the corruption of the wealthy. Now to minus 48 stab. Now we could do this one as well. Let's do it. We've got this. Our estates like us so much at the moment, it's not really an issue. We just need to get that stability up again as fast as possible. But our economy in Constantinople is going quite well. What else can we do? We need to start some wars, really. Start taking back control of our borders. I'm going to turn into like a Nigel Farage. No, I do wish chain bankruptcy they kept it a thing. Oh, who died? Oh no, the semi-emperor. That's really sad. They're like dying like flies now. Jesus. To be fair, we're actually looking pretty healthy. Do we want to canonize someone, lose our religious influence? I mean, do we have the religious influence for that? How much do we have? 50. Probably not worth prestige, actually. We need to find a way to kill our child. And I don't just mean blinding or castrating him and turning him into a sausage on a stick. Exiles in the Kingdom of Bulgaria. Stability. We just need to get that stab up now. We've taken away 3 of our nasty privileges, but we've still got this really bad one, which is an 80 stab one to sort of fix our crown. But we're getting these good events, which is good at least. Oh no! My heir and admiral has been sent into the middle of the ocean. Whatever could he be doing out there? That's so sad for him. Please die, please die, please die, please die. Right, the economy is recovering, which is brilliant. So we can start specialising a bit more into our spinning cloth economy, which is brilliant. But we want to start curtailing this inflation. I'm not letting you have control over our nation. You're about to revolt anyway. Or at least the Crown Pretenders are. They're really losing power though. Like, they're not having a good disaster. Commission a dynastic chronicle. Sure. We can get some more courtiers. Let's do it. That disaster's quite cool though. Like the buffs it gives. Ooh! And what we can do again now is, because we have legitimacy, we can request a Roman donation and just keep asking for free money, because apparently there's no time limit on that. We can do the monasteries if we wanted to, but we haven't really got any good ones to be fair. Or Bailic tributes. Let's give it a go. How much money are we going to get from you guys? Go on. 500, 500, 500. Nothing! Right, now I'm sad. That is a shame. They realise we're taking advantage of them. That is really sad. Yeah, yes, but obviously if he's attritioning in the ocean, it's a higher chance anyway. Right, I'm a bit under the weather today, so I'm going to leave it here for now, and we'll come back to a second session later on. Probably today, actually. I might come back. But I'm going to take a brief break. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you want someone else to watch in the meantime, Lord Lambert is currently streaming as well, and he's having a good one. So check him out in the meantime, and I'll catch you guys in a bit. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you soon.